Hiya guys, how you doing? It's only me back with another video for you. Now, for all of yous that enjoy jetting off and flying to lovely destinations all around the world, have you ever sat there and wondered what actually happens and what else is in that plane apart from you and the other passengers sitting beside you? Well, we're going to have a quick look and you'll soon find out, okay? So just remember, guys, to like and subscribe and let's get going. Let's go.
In the air, sitting in their seats, watching movies, maybe trying to sleep. But here's what almost none of them realize. The plane they're sitting in is not just flying, it's running a hospital, a hotel, a restaurant, a cargo warehouse, and a command center all at the same time, stacked on top of each other, 35,000 feet in the air. And most passengers? They only ever see about 10% of what's actually happening around them.
Okay.
So today we're
Only
pulling back the
10%.
curtain, layer by layer, from the
That's
cockpit
cool.
all the way down to the cargo hold. This is everything
Well,
that's
I want to stop that. So I mean, a lot of us know that you get the first class cabins, especially on the big A380s. Up the top, you got the first class cabins and all the luxury, because yeah, within them they get a plush recliner, 32-inch flat screen to watch whatever on. Like, and they have a bed as well as the recliner. Their food is fantastic, but that's what you get when you're paying what 10,000 per cabin. So yeah, you get what you pay for, don't you? Me, I'm not even in the luxury of being at the front here. I'm always at the back in economy. So, but it is nice to see what actually goes on.
happening on your flight while you just sit there and watch Netflix.
Hmm.
Let's start at the top, the cockpit. Most people imagine two pilots white-knuckling a steering wheel for the entire flight. That's not what's happening. On a modern long-haul flight, the autopilot takes over within minutes of takeoff. On an Emirates A380, the flight management system is so advanced it can fly, navigate, and even land the plane on its own.
Well, not just that. I've seen videos of the cockpit. Yeah, because there's plenty of them on YouTube. You can see it, cockpit view, takeoffs, landings, and they don't have them steering wheels anymore. They actually have, if you're sitting on the left, then on the left console, yeah, as you can see here, there's a joystick. It's the same with the co-pilot on the right. On their right hand, they've got a joystick as well. So they don't use the steering wheels anymore in a lot of planes. From what I've seen, I might be wrong. If I am, let me know. But a lot of it now is because it's so computer automated, they just tilt back on the joystick. It's absolutely fantastic how they do it.
In certain conditions. So what are the pilots actually doing? Monitoring, constantly. Every few minutes, they're scanning dozens of instruments: engine pressure, fuel load, cabin pressure, outside temperature,
Uh-huh.
traffic alerts. They're in contact with air traffic control, sometimes switching frequencies every 20 minutes as the plane crosses different airspace.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you know you can get a
So yeah,
.co.uk
I'll edit
domain
out these
completely
adverts,
free?
don't worry.
With
On ultra-long flights anything over 8 hours, there's actually a third pilot on board, sometimes a fourth. They rotate in shifts using a small crew rest area hidden behind the cockpit to make sure no one is flying exhausted. Here's the thing most passengers don't know. The pilots almost never touch the controls during cruise. Their job at altitude is less about flying and more about making thousands of small decisions so that nothing ever goes wrong. They are not drivers, they are systems managers at
Wow.
575 miles per hour. Now let's step back into the cabin, economy
Right.
class, where most of us are sitting.
Yeah,
While
I'm
you're
normally at the
reclining,
back.
and I mean that very generously, the cabin crew is running a coordinated operation that most passengers treat like a basic food delivery service. It's not. On a fully loaded A380, there can be over 500 passengers.
500 passengers, and that is one big tube of farts. Because that's what happens, and it's a natural thing. It's because of the pressure or the deep, like in the aircraft, because of the pressure that's in there. Unfortunately, you do break wind. Let's face it, we've all done it.
Across two decks. The crew is typically one flight attendant for every 50 passengers. They are managing meals, medical situations, passenger conflicts, turbulence protocols, and safety checks all simultaneously. Here's something most people never think about. The air you're breathing right now on a plane is not recycled cabin air. About 50% is fresh air bled from outside the engines, compressed and temperature
Didn't
controlled
know
before
that.
entering the cabin. The other 50% is recirculated but passed through HEPA filters, the same kind used in hospital operating rooms, which remove over 99.9% of bacteria and viruses. The cabin pressure is also carefully controlled. At cruising altitude, the outside air pressure would be deadly to humans. The fuselage is pressurized to simulate an altitude of roughly 6 to 8,000 feet lower than Everest Base Camp, but low enough that most healthy people feel fine. That slight tiredness and bloating you feel on a flight, that's your body adjusting to that pressurized environment. Even with the best engineering in the world, flying is a mild physical stress on your body.
Yeah.
Now let's go upstairs.
Hang on, just going back to that for a second. I always remember, have you seen the movie Die Hard with Bruce Willis? Come on, it's a classic. If you haven't, go watch it. But if not, I'll just, at the beginning of Die Hard, Bruce Willis is on a plane, and when he's on the plane, the guy that's sitting next to him gives him a little tip, and he basically says, "What I always do is when I get off the plane, I kick my shoes off and I crunch my toes. I make fists with my toes, and that will help with circulation." Little tip for you: try it. It actually really does work. It so that's always a little fun fact, isn't it?
On the Emirates A380, the plane most associated with that famous cutaway image, the upper deck, is a completely different world. There are 14 private first-class suites, fully closing doors, a real bed, a personal minibar, a widescreen TV. But the detail that stops people
Yeah.
cold every time, there are 2 shower spas on board,
Okay.
actual showers,
Didn't
at
know that.
35,000 feet. Each passenger in first class gets exactly 5 minutes of hot water timed precisely because the A380 carries a limited amount of fresh water and every kilogram of weight costs fuel. The crew monitors water usage in real time. There's also a full cocktail lounge on the upper deck. Passengers can leave their seat, walk to the bar, order a drink, and socialize mid-flight above the clouds. This is not a luxury add-on. For Emirates, it is the product. And it's the reason the airline operates more A380s than every other airline in the world combined. Back down to the main deck. Let's go to a part of the plane most passengers never see: the galley. On a wide-body long-haul flight, the galley is basically a commercial kitchen, except it has no stove, no open flame, and operates in a space roughly the size of a large bathroom.
Yeah, it is tiny. But one thing, I mean, even now, when I close my eyes, I can imagine like the smell that comes from the galley when they're warming all the food. Oh, it is beautiful. Some of it, because obviously they give you a choice, don't they? So with some of them, you can have your meat, you can have your vegetarian, you can have a fish. So you've got all those smells of the meats, the vegetables, the fish, and it's just because that's why I don't know if anyone notices your mouth goes really dry, doesn't it, when you fly? Obviously because of the cabin pressure, but you need a lot because your taste buds go as well. So you need like salt and pepper and stuff like that for the food. But I actually enjoy airline food. I really did. At one point, when I was flying to Singapore, I actually, because I flew with Singapore Airlines. If you've never flown with them before, I highly recommend it. They are fantastic, and their food, mwah, chef's kiss. I wanted another one because she served me the food. I tucked into it, tucked into my dinner, cleared it in literally 5 minutes. So the time she's coming back, I'm like, "Excuse me." And she's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Have you got another one?" And she's like, "Have you eaten that already?" I went, "Yep." And she went, "Yeah, okay." So I had another one, and that was, I think it was Mongolian beef with rice and a couple of veg. Oh, it was out of this world. Absolutely beautiful.
All meals are pre-cooked on the ground, chilled, loaded onto the aircraft in trolleys, and then reheated in flight using convection ovens. On a full A380,
Mm-hmm.
the catering team loads somewhere between 40,000 and 50,000 individual items before departure meals, snacks, drinks, cutlery, amenity kits.
Okay.
Here's the logistics reality. On a 14-hour flight, the
Yeah.
crew will run full meal services twice, plus snack services in between.
Even the
The
snacks
timing of
can be
each
cool.
service is planned to the minute, coordinated between galleys on both decks, and executed while the plane is potentially moving through turbulence.
Yeah.
The galley is also where crew rest is managed, where medical supplies are stored, and where the crew eats their own meals, usually whatever is left over from passenger service. Now let's go.
Oops. So my second dinner then might have been one of the cabin crews. Oops, sorry. It's your fault it was so yummy. Also, here's a tip what I recommend, right? When they come up and down and they're doing the drinks, um, always ask if you say, "Oh, I'll have a Coke." Yeah, you don't want anything alcoholic. Oh, I'll have a Coke. They will open a can and they will pour a little drop of it, say half of the can, in a plastic cup and give you the cup, and they will put the can back. Always ask for the can, because that first lot you'll down that in seconds, and you're like, oh, you got to wait now for them to come back. So get the can and you can finish it at your leisure. It just works out a lot better.
Go somewhere passengers never go. Underneath your feet, below the cabin floor. The cargo hold. On most long-haul flights, the belly of the plane isn't just luggage, it's business. Passenger aircraft carry an enormous amount of commercial freight on every single flight. Fresh flowers from Kenya, pharmaceutical shipments in temperature-controlled containers,
That's how the world gets its
electronics,
food, isn't it?
documents, on some routes, live animals. But
Oh,
here's where it gets
doggo.
genuinely surprising. A significant portion of airline revenue, sometimes up to 20 or 30% on certain
Yeah.
routes, comes not from the seats above, but from the cargo below.
Well, they earn
When you buy a cheap
fortunes.
economy ticket, part of what makes that price possible is the freight being loaded into the same aircraft. On specialty cargo flights, it goes even further. High-value items, fine art, rare automobiles, racehorses, even human organs for transplant travel in the same cargo holds as regular checked bags.
Human
The
organs?
cargo hold is also pressurized and temperature controlled.
Yeah, you
Just
wouldn't
like
want to
the
go
cabin,
down now.
your dog, if you've ever shipped a pet in cargo, is not in a dark freezing compartment. They're in conditions regulated to be safe for live animals. And critically, the cargo loading is not random. Every item loaded into a cargo hold is weighed and positioned precisely.
We've all seen the videos of the baggage handlers, haven't we? Throwing them in. Get it in. Go on, push it in. Oh, what was that? It cracked. Never mind. Get another one in there.
Calculated by a load planner on the ground to ensure the plane's center of gravity stays within safe limits for flight. A poorly loaded cargo hold can affect how an aircraft handles in
Yeah.
the air. Your
Yeah.
luggage isn't just baggage, it's ballast.
Really? So that's interesting, isn't it? Right, come back from that. Bye.
Here's the layer that ties everything together and that almost
that?
nobody ever thinks about. The
Wow.
plane itself is alive, with systems running
It's
continuously in the background.
alive!
The hydraulic system powers the flight control,
What's
surfaces the
this one
flaps,
do?
rudder, and landing gear. It runs at pressures of up to 3,000 psi through pipes that, if you unrolled them across the A380, would stretch over 40 kilometers. The electrical system
Wow.
generates enough power to supply a small town. On an A380, 4 engine-driven generators produce a combined 600 kilovolt amperes of power running the entertainment system,
Okay.
cabin lighting, avionics,
Mhm.
galleys, and climate control simultaneously. The fuel system manages 6 tanks across the wings and fuselage, automatically balancing fuel between them during flight to maintain the aircraft's
That's
center of
crazy,
gravity.
isn't it? That is, I feel that's insane. The fact that, hang on, let me just get that picture back. That in the wings, all the fuel for the plane is in the wing. Yeah, no, people are like scared when they see it tip, like when they're adjusting, like they're turning and stuff like that. All that fuel is slushing about, and people are like, "Oh, the wings, are the wings going to fall off?" I've heard that one before, and no, those wings are tested to the point where when they're tested, they're bent so far like that, and they don't even snap. So yeah, you're so safe in an aircraft nowadays. It's safer than driving. It's safer than crossing the road, as they say. You know.
during flight to maintain the aircraft's center of gravity. Fuel is not just consumed, it's actively managed, shifted between tanks by computers to keep the plane flying efficiently. And here's a detail that sounds like fiction but is completely real. On some aircraft, fuel is actually used as a coolant, circulating through systems to absorb heat before being burned. Every second you're in the air, hundreds of automated processes are running quietly beneath the floor, behind the walls, and inside the wings of the aircraft you're sitting in.
Okay.
So next time you board a flight and find your seat and pull out your headphones, take 1 second to think about what's actually around you.
I
Above
will.
you, pilots are managing a flying command center. Behind the curtain, a crew is running a restaurant, a hotel, and an emergency response team. Below your feet, a cargo operation is generating revenue that helped pay for your ticket. And inside the walls, hydraulics, electrics, pressurization systems, and fuel computers are all
Okay.
working together invisibly, continuously to keep 500 people alive and comfortable at the edge of the atmosphere. It's not a seat on a plane. It's the most complex moving machine ever built, and it's carrying you home.
Wow. I mean, that was interesting.
Honey,
I
I
enjoyed
brought
that.
back enough tomatoes to last us a whole
So
month.
yeah, we'll get rid of him. Don't worry about that. So guys, yeah, I actually found that quite interesting. It was only what 8 minutes, 10 with me talking. So I hope you've been able to stay the distance. I want to keep the videos short. I don't want to keep doing long videos. So I'm going to keep them short and sweet, as they say. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this as much as what I did and found it just as informative. And I'll see you on another video.